Red Nation, are we here?
The best show for Chicago sports.
Oh my God!
Yeah. What's good? What's cracking? I'm back. What is good, everybody? It is your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, listen, the Bears have an opportunity in what has been reported as trade or contract extension talks heating up to pay Roquan Smith $20 million per year. Should they? It's a lot of money for Roquan. But is he that level of player? We're going to be talking about that on the show. We're also going to be talking about the Bears having a little bit of a change in scheme, possibly. Could we see them go to a run-heavy style, and does that fit Roquan or Justin Fields' game? Let's go. All that and more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks, so make sure that you get in tune with us, man. The date is Thursday, May 19th. And I need my linebacker back, man. Yeah, I'm saying? Yeah. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling, man? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily. Go ahead and
push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. We appreciate y'all for pulling up for another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live, man. We got an interesting topic today. Got a couple of interesting topics today. Of course, we're going to get into the massacre that was last night in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Western Conference Finals, previewing the Eastern Conference Finals as well. Do we think Miami's going to be able to keep that up? You know, is Jimmy Butler going to be that guy? We'll see about that. Talking about a little bit of national sports. Also going to talk some White Sox to end the show today, man, because good Lord, bro. Like, it's man, at this point, it's disrespectful. At this point, it's disrespectful, bro. Like, come on now. What are we doing out here? Man? But how are y'all feeling today, man? How are y'all feeling today? It's a beautiful day outside. I'm probably going to go outside after this and cut the grass. I mean, it's that kind of day, right? It's like a Thursday for me is a chill day, right? Because Wednesday we go so hard. We got Locked On NBA. We got Locked On Bulls, of course. Check out the latest episode. We're also going to be talking about IO, some of the topics we had over there. What else did I do yesterday? Did the Daily Show, did the solo video drop. By the way, check out the latest video. It's also talking about Roquan Smith contract situation. We'll get into a little bit more in depth with it, but it's just kind of a quicker breakdown. If you don't want to stick around for the full 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? But if you do, shout out to you, man. We appreciate y'all for showing that love. Shannon Williams, you be cutting grass? Yeah, who's not cutting grass out here? Muggs ain't out here cutting the grass? Is that y'all just letting it grow? Yeah, I'm saying, like, what I'm supposed to just pay a guy? Why? I got a lawnmower. What was I about? No, but it's just a gorgeous day outside, man. I'm so glad. Summertime Shy is underrated, bro. Summertime Shy might be the best city to be in the summertime in the country, honestly, because not only is there so much to do, not only is there so much to see, not only is there so many different activities to do, it's not a ridiculous heat. It's not like you're going out there and you're like, oh my God, I can't breathe today, right? Like that's how some of these cities be with the summertime, man. I'm not trying to live out there on those. You know what I mean? I'm not. And it's just a nice summer, dog. You go outside, you kick it. You know by 7 o'clock it's gonna be cool outside. If you want to light up the fire pit, it's gonna be about 60, 70 degrees. That's the perfect way to do it. That's the perfect way to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the perfect summer. To me, Summertime Shy is the perfect summer out of all of them, man. But now let's get into this topic, man, because we heard the article yesterday that the Bears and Roquan Smith from Jeremy Fowler, per his report on ESPN, that the Bears and Roquan Smith are expected to heat up contract extension talks for during the summer. The expectation that the talks between the Chicago Bears and linebacker Roquan Smith will heat up this summer is the exact quote there. And you're looking at, as we welcome into the chat, man, the man, the myth, the legend, who's in a tank top, bro. What the heck is going on here, bro? What's going on? As we welcome in Stefan the Don into the building.
Yeah, it is.
What's going on?
I told you. It's hot. It's hot. Hey, it's hot.
That hot yet? It is not that hot yet.
Hey,
your dad cut on the AC, my boy.
This is my pops we talking about. This thermostat rules over here.
Bro, I am willing to pay for comfort. I will never be that guy, right? Like, I will say this, right? Like, the kids can't, like, Aria can't come up here and be trying to mess with the thermostat and stuff like that. But, like, I am willing to pay for comfort. I just am, bro. I'm not about to be sitting here dying because it's like, I got to save $30 on the electric bill this month. Nah, forget that, bro. Like, I want to be comfortable.
It was either that or run the AC.
Bro, you got to get one of them portable joints, man. I'm trying to get a brand deal with them muds as well. What's it called? Icy Box or something like that. It runs off the battery. Bro, them joints looking nice, bro, especially just for your little space. You get that mug in there, man. Let the heat just kind of evaporate off of you. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that'll be a good one for you. No, but what let's get to the side. The man pulled up in a full tank top, bro. That's hilarious, dog.
Ain't no shame in my game. My body allowed me to do it.
Clearly. Very clearly, my boy. Nah, man. The question on the table today, though. A question to the chat. Shout out to the chat as well. For some reason, the chat's not popping up on Restream, but it is popping up on the live. So shout out to y'all, man. Question to the chat: should the Bears pay Roquan $20 million per year? That will put him up there with some of the highest paid linebackers in the NFL. Is he at that level? You're talking about Darius Leonard. You're talking about Fred Warner, right? Like those guys are at 19-7, 19 even, I believe, for Fred Warner, right? After that, let me see here. Let me pull up the list of highest paid linebackers. I should have had this graphic ready to go. But nah, I mean, do you feel like he's at that level, right? Like, or is he higher than that, right? Could we be talking about him on a Trent Williams deal? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he gonna set the standard? Trent Williams, of course, a lineman, but is he gonna set the standard for linebacker in the NFL this season?
I mean, well, if we actually looking at it, like, I mean, let's be honest, like, Roquan is a top tier linebacker.
It puts you on your neck.
In the NFL, I mean, you look at the numbers. I mean, since he came in 2018, 121 combined tackles, 2019, 101, 2021, 130, 139, last year, 163, sacks 5, 2, 4 and 3.
Yep.
Also has you know, I mean, it's just he's been over the field. I will say that he's just up there, but because he's on the Bears, I mean, he's just not gonna get some of that love. But he commands the same amount of attention that a Darius Leonard commands, and the same amount of attention that Levante David, Devin White, or a Fred Warner commands. Even Kyle Hendricks, he commands that defense. So
it's interesting, right? Because it's like there's such a gap with it. There's such a like, so it's, you've got your top paid guys, of course. but there's such a you're going from Fred Warner, who's at 19, Darius Leonard, who's at 19.7, and then you got CJ Mosley, right? Like I think, and CJ Mosley hasn't been able to stay healthy. And then after that, um, Olaukun, he's making 15 million. And then Deion Jones is making 14. Like I got Roquan above those guys. I think the question is, right, is Roquan Fred Warner? Is he 19 million? Is he Darius Leonard? Or do you think that he's better than those guys?
No, I don't think that he's I don't think that he's better than those two, but he's definitely he's definitely there. Like I said, I feel like he definitely he's up there in terms of commanding the defense. He knows everything that they're about to do. He's always triple digits and tackles. Never really misses.
Yeah.
Never really misses any tackles. Never really misses any games. I think either outside of the
No, only had one season where he played 12 games.
yeah, because wasn't that the contract joint his rookie year?
No. That was his second year. That was his second
Yeah,
year. He
yeah,
was
that
there.
was
He
yeah.
played.
No, because he was away from the team. Yeah.
Yeah, he's played
Yeah,
just
no,
about every
he
game
was
this
away from the
season.
team.
We've only seen him have one game or one season where he had a little bit of injury issue. But I mean, outside of that, dog, like he's been very durable. To me, I think that you have to pay him for that reason alone. I think the question is, right, like, do you want to make him one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid linebacker in the NFL? If you're talking about 20 million, that will make Roquan Smith the highest paid linebacker in the NFL.
I think he should be. I mean, and I mean, I'm just going deeper into the numbers. I mean, like you talk about the percentage of snaps. Again, 2018, 880, 2019, 719,
Yeah.
2020, 1016, 2021, 1009. Like in the last two seasons, I mean, 95% both. He's never really come out the field. Even in 2018 and 2019, 84% of the time that man was on the field, going crazy. So I mean, if you look at it, he's definitely been doing what he's supposed to do. I think he's exceeded um his expectations. So you should pay that man. You
Who
should
does
pay that
this?
man.
Who does this right? Because you look at it and like I agree with you. I think they should pay Roquan. I think you got to get this deal done. I think he's that level of player. I think he's that level of talent. I think you have to, excuse me, you got to do everything you can to keep a player like Roquan Smith in the building because of how much he affects. Right? It's not just him in coverage. It's not just him in on the line. It's not just him. He covers so much ground. He does so much for the Chicago Bears. I don't think there's a player on this defense that probably does more. He makes people's lives easier. And here's the thing, right? He's got a command of this team now. He's a leader on this defense. He's the guy that now at this point in his career, like guys are going to be looking
I
to.
think he's the leader on the defense.
Absolutely, right? I would look at him and I would say, yeah, you got to talk about him as the leader on this defense. And so the biggest question coming in is, okay, if you feel like he's the leader on this defense, where do you trim the fat at, right? Like where do you trim a little fat on offense to pay Roquan to stay around? I don't think that you can get rid of him.
Oh no, if you can't get rid of him, that'll be the
So where do you
after
trim
you
the
got
fat?
him as a steal.
Is that where David Montgomery is cut loose? Is that where you cut bait on him? And listen, y'all already know my feelings on it. You
Yep.
absolutely move on from a running back anytime you get the opportunity to, right? Like is that does the signing of Roquan, because coming up for contract at similar times, right? Does the signing of Roquan signify that David Montgomery will not be a Chicago Bear moving forward?
Yeah, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I look at it as a you know what I'm saying? Like that, like David, thank you for your time. But I mean, like Roquan's a staple.
Yeah.
Roquan's a staple. And I mean, if you look at it for where you got him, I mean, he was a steal. He was a steal. He should have never slid. He should have never slid as far as he did.
There were a
So
lot of players in that
he's
draft that were cold though. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it was a hey, we're not drafting Roquan because we don't think he's good. I think that
yeah,
was a
yeah. But I mean, yeah. But that money.
who was that? He went he was the 8th pick in the draft that year. He took me to the Bears, you did. I need to see draft.
2018 draft.
That's what I'm looking for here. He was the 18th pick in the 2018, or I'm sorry, he was the 8th pick in the 2018 draft. Good Lord, are you gonna pull up the draft for me? This mug is really just like, no, we're not going to. We're not gonna let you know who was drafted that year. 2018 NFL draft class. Good Lord. Sometimes Google be on point. Sometimes
All right. So Baker Mayfield,
Baker, Saquon, Sam Darnold. I had some dudes that went ahead of him. Denzel Ward though. Bradley Chubb, Quentin Nelson.
I mean,
Josh
you can make a case. He
Yeah.
3.
Well,
You can make a case for 3.
You know, for me, the dumbest thing y'all ever did was taking a running back at 2. So,
Oh my Lord, you ain't never gonna let me lay that down.
Hey, you finna trade him, ain't you?
hey, the Panthers about to get rid of McCaffrey, so at least I feel good.
You should taking these running backs that high.
Yeah, you can make a case that he could have went 3.
Yeah, you could make a case that he could move up, especially knowing what he is, right? Like, but I mean, like, I feel like the Jets did need a quarterback. Now, Sam Darnold didn't end up working out. I think they picked the wrong quarterback, but the Jets did need a quarterback. Poor Josh or Josh Allen probably thanking the lucky stars that he didn't end up there. Not a lot of good quarterbacks in that draft. Josh Rosen, forgot about that guy. Deron Payne went after.
You can't tell me Josh Rosen don't look like which Despicable Me was it? Despicable Me 1 or 2, buddy with the long nose that was coming with the hey, bro. Hey, that's him, man. You can't.
I cannot deny or agree with these allegations here. I just feel like that's a, to me, right, like getting Roquan in the building, keeping him around, making sure that he's a dominant talent for the Chicago Bears for years to come. I love that they're making a priority out of it. I love that Ryan Poles is making this a priority. I love that the Bears are making it a priority because you don't get better by getting rid of talent. For some reason, that's the new norm, right? Like, oh, we need to be bad, so let's get rid of all the talent on our team because when we're good, they're not going to be here. That's such a dumb thing to say. It's such a dumb ideal to follow. It's such a dumb, like, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense because getting rid of good talent is going to make us worse, which in turn is going to make us better. Like, if there's any football team that I have, or if there's any football player in the NFL right now that I want to have on my defense, I think it is Roquan Smith. He's 25 years old. He's 25 years old. To me, Roquan going to get a 5-year, probably $100 million deal, $20 million per year. You might even see him get a 125 with a signing bonus, to me, honestly. Like, I'm
cool with the 125 though.
I think he could set the standard for linebacker in the NFL this summer. I think that he could be the one that is, hey, not for nothing, boys, but I feel like I'm 25 and I'm going to be better than a Fred Warner. And I'm going to be real with you, right? And we talk about this every year, too. Like, we feel like Roquan gets snubbed for the Pro Bowl every single season. It's not like people are watching this and they're like, no, Roquan Smith isn't that level of player. We feel like the NFL overlooks Roquan every single season, right? Like, I don't think there's been a year that's gone by that we're like, hey, like, Roquan wasn't a Pro Bowler this year. And he's still yet to be a Pro Bowler. Like,
which is wild because if you look at the tackles, I mean, 100 and when you getting 130 plus,
yeah,
every year, bro, and you're not missing on those tackles. Like, why is it okay for Luke Kuechly and Bobby Wagner to do it?
Bro, he's up there with Bobby Wagner, legitimately. I think he's that level of linebacker already.
Oh no, he definitely is.
I think he's that level of linebacker already, man. Hey, we want to keep it pushing, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. If you haven't done so, we got 33 in here, man. Low number today. It's a Thursday, man. Not a lot of people in here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Let's get this smoke cracking. Let me ask you this, right? Kind of switching sides of the ball here. But we saw the report today from Daniel Greenberg. Shout out Baki dropping that in the chat as well. On what the Bears are going into, according to Adam Johns. He says that the Bears are transitioning into a run-heavy team with the outside zone. Question to the chat, question to Ringo. Will the Bears transitioning to a run-heavy team?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you look at it, man, look.
I ain't asked the question.
I was about to say.
He said, I mean, yeah. Well, the Bears, hey, he know what the question is, yeah. But I gotta ask
the soliloquy ready.
Hey, will the Bears transitioning to a run-heavy team help Justin Fields?
I think it will. I mean, if you look at it, you don't you're not getting a fullback with the two running backs you got in the room with Juice and David, and not tell me that you're not running the ball. Like, you at minimum it's gonna help them, because if you get the fullback now at certain times, you feel me, you can, like, if they're up and you can put the game away. This is the part where now I get into that kind of Baker Mayfield territory where it's like, I'm only throwing the ball 20 to 25 times, but it's an effective 20 to 25 times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I should be able to cook up a die. So whereas, we're not on, we not in the game, and I'm having long downs where it's like, yo, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8. Now I can get a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, possibly a 3rd and 2, and be able to take this pressure off you. And not only that, but use my leg. This will give him time to use his legs instead of always having to survey the field. So it's definitely gonna help him out in the long run. I'm definitely interested to see what actually goes down with that. And look, this goes into what Poles said with him trying to make Justin better, make the QB room better, and make everything better. And he's standing by that.
When I look at what here's the reason why I have confidence in Ryan Poles and in Matt Eberflus. And I know a lot of people look at it and they're like, I don't like what they've done. I don't like how they've done this. I don't like how they've made this a move. I don't like that they drafted Bayless Jones. It's a plan.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, they put Bayless Jones on the Twitter yesterday, bro. Hey,
hey, you saw what number he wearing? Hey, Rob, who? That's what Bayless said. Hey, Rob, who?
Hey, he about to be the number one.
He's definitely coming in as the number one, which is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel bad for Darnell Mooney. But no, I think here's what, like, I see this team doing right now. They're working their plan and they're setting it up so that these pieces will be successful, can be successful moving forward. What do I mean by that? If you do become a run-heavy team, right? It means you're probably going to do a lot of underneath passes. That means you're probably going to do a lot of short passing game with your fullback. That means you're going to make Justin's, like you said, try and make his life easier by giving him less to worry about. You're going to give him a deep option. You're going to give him a short option. You're going to give him a mid option. And then he's going to have, I'm sure there'll be a ton of RPO. Your goal right now is to simplify the game for Justin Fields, and they're doing that. And that's why I feel like drafting Velus Jones will work. That's why I feel like going out and going defense early can work. That's why I feel like just throwing bodies at the offensive line. He's literally going like, what's Buddy name? What's the actor name that did? Bodies. like that's literally how Ryan Poles is addressing the offensive line right now, bro. That's literally how Ryan Poles is addressing the offensive line. Hey, Ryan, the Chiefs just cut a guy. Bodies. Just every time, bro. So like, but I'm looking at, kind of like how this is set up. I'm looking at how the Bears are set up. Run heavy fits so well, and I think that it's something that I do agree that it will help Justin Fields, because I think it's just making the game not as difficult for him. It's not giving him as much to process so that he can listen. There's a lot of times, right, when if you have less to process, your talent can shine more.
Oh no, we totally we definitely saw that with Baker Mayfield. I mean the year that they went 12-4, I think it was.
Yeah.
I mean he had where he was marching them down the field. He was like, yo, 20 to 25, that's all you get.
Yeah.
I don't need you to make no big throws. Nothing like that. You basically gonna be in third and 2 the whole time. You got the defense. I just need you to make the money throw when the time is right. And you got the team around. You got the team around you for you to do that. So, I mean, I feel like that's the direction that Poles and Eberflus is going in. And I also kind of like it too, because of the simple fact that you're doing this now. So if this works, next year Justin can come in, be comfortable, and then be like, you know what? Like I think it's like fully time for me to take the keys to the offense now. So now we can open up the playbook a little more. So now you still got that fullback and that running back connection. But now Justin is just taking off and taking that to a whole new level.
Here's the interesting thing about it, right? Like, it reminds me of kind of like how the successful quarterbacks have been in the past, but not so much what we've seen from these guys currently, right? It reminds me similar to how they used Brady. It reminds me similar to how they used kind of Phillip Rivers early on. It reminds me similar to how they used Ben Roethlisberger when he first got there, right? Like, we don't want to put this all on you. You're young. You have to figure out what the heck the NFL is right now. We haven't seen that from a lot of teams for a while, right? Like, these young quarterbacks are coming into the NFL, and it's like, hey, it's your team. You need to know how to play. You need to know how to be a leader. You need to know how to understand this scheme. You need to know how to read a defense. You need to know how to, and not to say that I don't want to see Justin Fields do those things, but it's one of those moves where, like, hey, you have to figure this out right now on your rookie contract. Because if you don't figure this out on your rookie contract, if we don't win on your rookie contract, we're not going to win. We're not going to keep you. We're not going to re-sign you. If we don't believe in you before your rookie contract is up, we can't pay you going forward. And I feel like that's not the case in this situation. I feel like this is a situation with Justin Fields where it's like, hey, look, like, we see the talent in you. We understand that you're probably a really good quarterback that was just getting put on his butt quite a bit last year. And that we want you to take your time and develop it. We want to take some pressure off of you. We want to take some of these hits away from you. We're going to go to this style of play. And by us going to this style of play, that means when we do call on you, you have to be on point. I think that That's a better way to operate in this situation because of what the Bears currently have. Now, listen, if we were coming into this and we had CeeDee Lamb and Devontae Adams and one of the best offensive lines in the NFL and Derrick Henry and I don't know how you paying for this team and the Bills defense, right? Yeah, Justin, hey, but not for nothing. We got a lot for you here. I'm going to need you to figure this out. But while I think that our weapon group might be a little bit better than most people think, and granted, you're going to have to see it on the field to see it come to fruition, but I think that you're going to see better than most people think they're going to see this season. It's still a weapon group that leaves a lot to be desired. You know what I'm saying? Like Monty and Mooney is your weapon group essentially. Hopefully Pringle, Cole Kmet, some yards and no touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like,
hey man, look, they say he came in. That they hype for him. I'm hyped for him because I think he getting a bad rap. I think he kind of getting a bad
I
rap.
think Cole got the short end of the stick with a lot of their joints.
So you know,
It was like,
hopefully
hey,
he
Cole.
come in and he could be the tight end that I know he could be. But I mean, yeah, and you want to know something though? I think the flip side to that is, I mean, cause like I said, they kind of figured out that Baker wasn't doing that, so they went to the 20 and 25. The flip side to that was the Bills legit put everything on Josh Allen.
Yeah,
that those first 2 years, and it worked because he got him to the playoffs. But then, like when he went up against the Patriots, I think they had the lead too, if I'm not mistaken, and he made like two, like just
oh
dumb.
yeah, no, you talk about that first year with Josh Allen in the playoffs? Yeah, crucial mistake.
Yeah,
Remember,
nah,
he did like I'm getting sacked lateral like pitch pass, and it like
and
got
then he
intercepted. Like, what are you doing, dog? Like,
yeah, but it was like, okay, we kind of threw him in the fire. But you see with this, they'll be able to take their time. And I think the biggest thing is if he comes out and he has those solid numbers, Eberflus or whoever the OC is gonna be will be able to tell him like, hey, like he seemed like he got it. Give him the keys.
yeah,
I think that's what you're gonna see later on. So it's just basically this is honestly a prove it team. This is honestly a prove it team.
it is. It's a team that's gonna have to show you a lot. It's a team that's gonna have to figure out. It's a team that's going to have to figure out an identity quickly. And you know what? I'll say this. Here's the thing that I do like, right? We're going into the season. We're going into the season saying we're going to be a run-heavy team. We weren't going into the season saying anything about what we wanted our identity to be under Matt Nagy. We weren't going into the season feeling like we had an identity under Matt Nagy. You know what we kept saying our identity should be? Hey, David Montgomery seems like a pretty good player. We should probably run the ball. The only person who didn't get that was Matt Nagy.
He ain't schemed to do it, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only person who didn't get that was Matt Nagy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's... I don't know, dog. I need more of following the plan how it has been. I love what we're saying. I love that we're putting a plan in place and we're following that plan. And it's a plan that makes sense, right? We're not just going out and getting pieces. Why did we go out and get all of these tight ends and never use any of them? We had 37 tight ends on the roster. Half of the offensive line was tight ends. And guess what? We didn't throw one of them the ball halfway down the field. We'd get into the end zone. Hey, let's try to get this into Darnell Mooney. How about throw it to the 6'7" dude that's standing right there that every time you throw it his way, he catch the ball. You know
y'all did that like what? The first 3 games, Jimmy Graham had like what, 6 tutties?
Jimmy Graham was cooking, bro. I think like the first 3-4 games, he had like four touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? He was putting in work. It was like, okay, maybe Jimmy Graham is something we can use. Never went back to him. He was here like 2 years. We didn't go back to him the rest of the 2 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes no sense, right? I said coming into this season, we got a fullback. That means we're probably going to be a run-heavy team. guess what? It looks like we're going to be a run-heavy team based off what people are seeing. It just makes sense. Your best offense on your team right now is your running back. There's a reason you don't want Ryan Tannehill throwing the ball 30-plus times. It's because Derrick Henry's standing behind him. Use your best offensive weapons. Right now for the Bears, their best offensive weapon that is proven is the running back position.
And there's the thing: it's going if it's successful and they're running the ball,
Yeah.
it's going to open up a lot of play action. Which in turn, once that opens up a lot of play action, Justin's going to be able to throw the ball down the field to the Moonies and the Village Joneses. But not only that, he'll be able to discern if he wants to use his legs or not. So everything, like you said, like if they stick to the plan, these are pluses. These are positives for the Bears instead of going back and focusing on the negatives, because they don't need to focus on the whys.
And
that's real.
Don't you start. Don't you start that. Here's what, and listen, we continue to talk about the schedule, right? We continue to talk about the teams that we're playing this upcoming season. That the Bears schedule is not one that feels like it's overly tough, right? So let me do this here. The heck is that? That's last year's schedule. 2022 schedule. Here we go. So I'm gonna pull this up here. And we're gonna break this down, right? These are your first three of your preseason games. Let me get this off the screen here. Bow. First three of your preseason games. Chiefs, Seahawks, Browns. Nice. Good start.
Nobody's playing to that third game anyway.
Then you got Niners, Packers.
Wait, so that's the start. That's the start of the season.
Niners and Packers is the start of the season. After that, poor run defense, poor run defense, poor run defense, poor run defense, okay run defense, middle of the pack. Poor run defense the last 3 to 4 games of the season. They gave up 149 plus yards the last 3 games of the season. Poor run defense by the Dolphins. Poor run defense by the Lions. Poor run defense by the Falcons. Poor run defense by the Jets. Are we seeing a theme here? Go with what works. It's not about showing that you're the you don't want to know why the Patriots are awesome. In a game last season where there was a blizzard, Mac Jones threw the ball 1 time. You know why? Because it's about winning the game. It's about winning the game. It's not about making this player look like a superstar. You know what happens when you try to when you try to force somebody to look like a superstar? You end up losing games. Ask the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl. That's what happens when you try to force feed somebody into this position. I feel like that's what happened a lot with Nagy and Mitch. Show me that you're the player. Show me you're this guy. Are you playing to his strengths? Now, granted, he's got a ton of weaknesses, but are you playing to his strengths? I feel like it's not about – it's about winning games. Of course, you want to develop Justin Fields into this quarterback, but sometimes development takes time. You're at a point right now where you can worry about development. Sometimes development takes a little bit of time to turn into what you want it to turn into. Sometimes development takes a little bit of time to get to that next level. Guess what? That's okay. Justin Fields is going to develop at his pace. We hope that he takes a Josh Allen type jump this season, right? But say he has a Mitch season. 24, 12, 3,200 yards. But you're winning and he's a competent quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what happens. That's how you make it happen. That's how you feel good going into 2023 when guess what? I have nothing but money and picks. So I think personally, I love the fact that they're going to run heavy with this. I love the fact that they're listen, they're playing to the strength of their team. Doesn't it feel like the team is built based on the schedule we have? or based
Oh
on
no,
because you knew the
I
opponent.
feel like they got the schedule ahead of time and was like, "Yep."
I don't know if you get
Uh,
the schedule, but you knew the opponents, right?
yeah,
So
I mean, yeah, yeah.
you
You
come
you
in
you knew the
knowing I'm
opponent.
playing the
You just didn't know
Falcons.
the
I'm playing
order.
the
So once they seen that, it was like,
yeah.
all right, yeah, like I mean, they should be able to. It's no. I'm gonna say this too though, but it's no reason why they shouldn't have the best running back tandem in the league next year. Like
I don't know if I don't know if Khalil Herbert's
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd be surprised.
is
I
Khalil Herbert that big of an impact on the field? Like a couple of games, right? We've seen running backs pop off for a couple of games. He had a couple of nice games with the Bears. He did. I'm not saying that he can't play. I'm not saying that he's not a good running back, but is he a every game back?
Are you talking about Juice?
Is that his nickname, Juice Herbert?
And that's what they said. Hey, I'm out trying to get these dudes paid, man. Hey, man. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you
Juice.
just giving nicknames away, man. You gotta wait, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait. You can't just give the nickname away.
Hey, man. He had 200-yard games. We never seen that man again.
Right. Exactly.
I think that if he got time, he could be. I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing with Pollard.
He could be. Listen, I give him credit. The one thing I will say, and I see Steve in the chat, he said, "Yes, Pat, did you see our line last year? Our run. This is what I'm talking about. Our offensive line as a run line was good. We just didn't use it. Our offensive line graded out well as a with run blocking. We just didn't use it. And when we did use it, it was in like the dumbest situations. So it started bringing their rankings lower and lower. But like as a run blocking team, the Bears weren't that bad. That's what I'm talking about using
The
the players
stats will
and
deceive you.
building your team in the right direction, building your team for the teams you're playing. Like I look at this team and I'm like, bro, we're literally building this team for the teams we play on the schedule. Whether it turns into 12 wins, whether it turns into 8 wins, whether it turns into 6
Hold
wins,
on.
I don't know what that's going to be, right? But at a minimum, you're building your team for this schedule. I love that. I love seeing that. That's what you want to continue to do. That's what you want to continue to have. And if the Bears come out and they do go to this run heavy scheme, which I think they will, if they continue to push run heavy, and you get David Montgomery heavily involved, and you get Khalil Herbert heavily involved, and the young rookie Trent, you get him heavily involved, right? Like, and you're talking about a three-man weave with your running back room, not killing any one person. Guess what? Now we're talking about, oh, by the way, the ground and pound back that David Montgomery is. Now instead of talking about third and 11s every play because Justin Fields is getting killed trying to run for his life, you're talking about 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 3s. That's the difference maker. That's the game changer. That's what you want to see from this Bears team, man. And I love that. I love that they're actually putting their players in a position. It feels like the Bears are putting their players in a position to be successful. It feels like their players are putting, or that Flus and Poles are saying, we're getting these players for this team because they fit this scheme. And I love that. I love that. I do. How they're building this team, as crazy as it is to say, right? It reminds me a lot of Bill Belichick. And I know, like, you look at you like this roster reminds you of Bill Belichick, Pat. What does Justin Jones do well? Stops the run. What do the 3 teams in our division have? All 3 of them have good running games. Justin Jones is a run-stopping player. All 3 of them have good running games. He's good on 3rd down. All 3 of these teams have tight ends that can kill you. Heck, it's kind of all that outside of Christian Watson is kind of all the Packers have. They can catch the ball. Oh, let's go get the tight end killer from Tennessee and Cruikshank. Or Cruikshank. I don't know how you say his name. They're finding pieces that work for who they're playing. Is it the best talent? Is it the greatest? I can't say that. I have to see it first. But at a minimum, I do know that they fit versus the teams that we're going up against. You know what I'm saying? Like that's big. How they're building the team with a purpose. I like that. I love that. Good to go, Ringo? Wow. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. Go ahead and
Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Shout out to y'all. We're gonna switch gears a little bit though. Appreciate y'all for showing love on the Bears side of things. We're gonna talk a little bit of Bulls now, right? Because hey, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was trying to figure out when we were gonna hear from the man, the myth, the legend, LeVar Ball. I didn't know if LeVar was gonna be speaking. I didn't know what was going on with LeVar. I was like, I ain't heard from him. LeVar said, of course you ain't heard from him. You ain't heard from nobody. It been COVID for 2 years. LeVar Ball spoke with Cap yesterday, and I'm going to tell you this right now. The funniest thing about it is that LeVar Ball was like, man, David, I could talk to you all day, man. You make so much sense. And I was like, listen, if you know Chicago, if you know this city, if y'all know what what we talk about with sports talk, the fact that LeVar Ball thinks that David Kaplan just makes so much sense.
You ain't been here long enough to know he out here.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that LeVar Ball's like, I could talk to you for hours makes so much sense. It's not even close. But LeVar came out yesterday and he was talking about Lonzo rehabbing. And he basically said that Lonzo will come back to LA to rehab, and he will rehab with the people that he started rehabbing with, the people that he was, training with when he was coming up, and that he would be rehabbing with LeVar pretty much. Question on the table on that. Do you feel like that's the best move for Lonzo Ball in this situation? Going back home and essentially getting back to his roots and rehabbing with LeVar Ball. Is that the best situation for him?
No. I mean, I would prefer that he get the best help. You know he needs, and I understand him. Wanting Lonzo around family, but when you talk about somebody not responding, I mean that's scary. Like I looked at the interview, and then he said, "Yo, yeah, he's gonna be ready. He's gonna be good to go." Like we hope that that's the case. I mean, because I'm looking at it. You want to make sure that he's put in the best possible situation to bounce back, so he can perform well. But not only that, so the team, the team can perform well. I think that when you look at it, like we've said since this news been brought up, this kind of puts Aiken in a bind, right? Because if he comes back fully healthy, good to go, cool. But there's also the caveat: what if he comes back, he's ready to go, but he's not Zoe? Like you know what I'm saying? Because now you got a hobbled Zoe. Ayo's gonna work on his game. He's gonna ascend, but how much? Especially when everything that we heard from AK was camaraderie. We need to be together. This, and this. So I mean, it's a tricky situation. I think he needs to go out and get the best doctor. I understand he LeVar wanting him to be at home, but I don't think that that's the best possible situation for him
I'll
right
say
now,
this.
considering what's at stake.
I'll say this, right? I think that I don't take anything away from team doctors. I don't take anything away from what the Bulls are now, right? Like, listen, we had Jeff Tanaka, who's got almost killed multiple Bulls players, one of the worst trainers in the NBA. We're a long way from that,
Hey,
right?
didn't that man do something to Luol Deng?
Well, he helped.
Dang.
Essentially, you know what I'm saying? One of the worst trainers in the NBA. But here's what I will say. LeVar Ball might be the best situation for Lonzo because of something that he said. When Zoe was doing the things that we put him through, he wasn't hurt. Now, it could be difference in competition level. It could be difference in what, but I will say this. What you put into your body matters. What you build your body up with matters. And according to LeVar, now I don't know how true this is essentially, but there were things that he had him, doing, things that he had him eating, things that helped his body, that helped him gain muscle and stuff like that, that when he got to the Lakers, he stopped doing. He changed his diet. He switched this up, blah, blah, blah. When he got to the Pelicans, he stopped doing. When he got to the Bulls, he hasn't done. And Lonzo's been hurt every year since, according to LeVar, this diet switch, right? That could matter. I'm not saying that LeVar Ball is smarter than the trainers that the Bulls have, that he has more medical knowledge than the trainers that the Bulls have. But what I will say is sometimes people do know their kids. Sometimes you do know what works for your kids' bodies because they've been built up with this since they were 9-10 years old. They've had this in their diet since they were this age, and all of a sudden you change your whole diet.
Right, so you saying he ain't used to it.
He's not used to that.
Yeah.
His body's not used to that. All of a sudden, his body's missing what it was built up with his entire life, and it could cause changes. Guess what? At a minimum, right, I will say this. Lonzo never had a major injury in college. Lonzo never had a major injury in high school. Lonzo, as far as I can tell, I mean, listen, from what he said, LaMelo and LiAngelo have kept up with the same things they've done. LaMelo hasn't had a major injury yet. LaMelo hasn't had any injury really yet. He was out with a broken wrist?
He had the vid.
He had vid, but I mean everybody didn't have vid.
And then
he broke his wrist at one point, right, or something like that. Like he came in
because somebody landed on it, but like it's in terms of like
something fluky. We haven't seen that from him. I'm not saying that
you could be right. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that LeVar knows more than these people, but LeVar might know. He might know his kid. He legitimately might just know his kid. He said, and he's not saying nothing that's out of the water, like we finna get in here and we gonna start doing acupuncture and we gonna start. He's like, we gonna do water training. It's gonna build resistance. It's gonna put resistance on his knee, but it takes the weight off of it, so he's not putting pressure on it. We're gonna get him back on this diet. We're gonna get him back on this regimen. And sometimes you need that. Dog, there are some people that literally go home and train with their parents. Don't Kyrie still train with his dad?
Kyrie still train with his dad. John live with his people.
Chris Bryant trains with his dad.
Yeah.
Different sport, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people that literally, like, it's just, hey, I went through this regiment with this my entire life. This is what got me to this point. I know it works. I'm going to stick with it. I'm not mad at that. If Lonzo, now I don't know if it's going to work. I hope it does. You know what I'm saying? I hope that that's the route it goes. He did say that Lonzo won't need surgery again to fix the knee. He said, hey, we're going to get him right back here. I hope he's right. And at this point, let him try.
Hey, I mean, he know his son, so who am I to
Zach does train with his dad as well, but Zach does more like going through like the shooting regimen and stuff like that with his dad. But yeah, no, he does train with his dad as well.
Zach train with his pops? I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, it's just it's one of those things where to me where like when I heard him say it, I was like, I could see that working. I could absolutely see it working because when you like it's just it's like anything. Like it's not a surprising thought process. When you change your entire diet, you're changing the composition of your body. If he did go to the Lakers and the Lakers gave him a whole new diet and he just kind of fell in line with it, trying to get away from dad or feeling like, hey, these guys know more than you because they're trained on this, I can see that working. I could see him going back home, getting back on the original diet, getting his body right the way LeVar does, and all of a sudden he's one of the best players and best point guards in the NBA again.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you put it like that, though, I can't lie. I'm rocking with you on that. Just because, I mean, it's like you said. Like and then you got to take into account like cities, weather. You're not eating the right stuff. I mean, climate, everything. So
He was clowning New Orleans without trying to clown New Orleans whole time.
I not. You heard what you heard what he said on Zach though.
Listen, you also got to take LeVar with a grain of salt, right? Like, that's the other thing. This is the other thing, right? This is the other thing. So I'm listening to ESPN.
I wanted to bring that up before we got off this.
This is the other thing. I'm listening to ESPN 1000 this morning. I knew Cap was going to feel like Zach LaVine was gone all of a sudden. Like, there's no, like, he basically said, like, DeMar DeRozan was getting the shine, and Zach's not going to want that. But he doesn't talk about that anywhere Zach LaVine, unless Zach goes sign to Sacramento, right? If Zach goes sign to Sacramento, okay. But anywhere Zach goes, Zach is not going to get the shine. Anywhere that Zach goes, Zach is not going to. If he goes to the Lakers, LeBron gets the shine. If he goes to
Spurs,
DeJounte Murray.
There, that is. I trying to build my man's up like the new triple-double god out here. So
You know what I'm saying? I mean, what team is he? What if he goes to OKC? Maybe. All right, send me Lou Dort and a whole and I'm
yeah,
and by the way, by the way, I'm probably gonna gut your team because of it. Like you also have to think about that as well. It's not like I want to sign and trade to go to this team. Oh, okay.
No, send me Shea and Darius Baisley
and Lou Dort.
Lou Dort.
Hey, no, you got to send me a lot. They don't make no money. He makes $210 million now.
Oh,
it's gonna be a sign.
Right. Trade. Oh, yeah. So if that's the case,
they don't make no money.
Send me Baisley.
So everybody,
send me Lou Dort.
Hey, look. So everybody you want, everybody you think you gonna have on that team, you're not gonna have on that team.
And give me the 12th pick. You got Josh Giddey, Pokusevski, and you gonna have the second pick. You straight.
Yep. Let me get that ball for you. Let me get that fleece.
Hey, dog, Shea, P. Will, and DeMar.
Let me get that young fleece on you, my guy. Stop playing with me, bro. It's like that's the part Muggs don't take into account. It's like Zach LaVine, in all honesty, right? Maybe Zach does want to leave. Maybe Zach, I still don't think he would leave this season.
Hey, he wouldn't even be the man on OKC though. Now that I'm thinking about it though, because they're trying to build around Giddey.
He would probably be the man on OKC because Giddey's game accentuates what Zach's game would be. So you would look at Zach and be like, "Oh, Zach's a proven scorer," and then you would look at Josh Giddey and be like, "Josh Giddey's getting Zach the ball to be a proven scorer." So I feel like that will work, man. Hey, man, I do want to get into this as well, though. Let's talk about a point guard that's on our team. Because you got to give him his flowers. Shout out to that man. Ayo Dosunmu making the all-rookie team. Here's the question that I have. And I want everybody to take Ayo's full game into context, right? Where do we rank Ayo Dosunmu among rookie point guards? And here's the caveat that I want people to think about. Every one of them that he played, he shut down. Now that second game versus them, the second half of the season, they might have got a little bit better. But for the most part, you're talking about Jalen Green. You're talking about Cade Cunningham. He absolutely shut Cade down. Like, honestly, where do you rank Ayo among rookie point guards?
I would say with everything that he's had to go through, I'd probably put him 2 or 3. I would say 2. I would say 2 or 3. I would say 2 or 3 because just off of what he had to deal with and deal with this season. I mean, you talk about you're coming off the bench, Lonzo goes down, and you legitimately started for the rest of the season. And
I mean, here's
his role, because you talk about Cade, Jalen Green was a bucket.
Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey.
I mean,
he's 2. He's gotta be 2 or 3. 2 or 3 at max. I would put Giddey up there, but I don't think Giddey started the year.
Giddey, I'm not gonna lie to you. Giddey got hold on on his whatchamacallit, because the Thunder absolutely was like, hey, Josh, you're hurt, right? You're injured, right? You're not playing the rest of the season, right? But I mean, I don't think that Ayo offensively is better right now than any of the guards on here, right?
Oh no.
What? Well, maybe Josh Giddey.
His layup package. I mean, I think they're pretty much the same offensively, though.
But to me, Ayo did great work versus Cade Cunningham. Outplayed Cade Cunningham in that game. Did great work versus Jalen Green. Did great work versus Jalen Suggs. Did great work versus Josh Giddey. Struggle versus Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell was cooking us. I'm not gonna lie to you. But like, where would you put him on like that? That's to me. If you can step up and you can absolutely, right, like, hey, me versus you, what are you gonna do? And you shut them down? I can't be.
It's definitely.
I gotta look at that and be like, Ayo might be above you. Like, I got Ayo above Giddey as a point guard. I understand Giddey was close to being the triple-double machine. By the way, he only had 4 this season, and he was down. But I've got Ayo above Giddey because I think Ayo can handle Josh Giddey. I probably have Ayo below Cade based on what we saw at the end of the season. But Ayo versus Cade, Ayo outplayed Cade.
Nah, Ayo was clamping.
Cade.
Emphasis on the clamping.
He took it so personal versus anybody else that was in his class.
So personal. He was legitimately mugging him. Like, I'm not even asking. I'm not even gonna tell you to give me all your money. I'm gonna just take it.
I mean, that's why I think the conversation is valid, right? Because it's like, hey, like, can we say that he's below Cade? Like, I think Cade's a better offensive player. I think Cade is can do a little bit more, right? But like, can we say that he's below Cade?
If we talking like so you talking about like all around?
I mean, all around player, yeah. As an all around player,
I got it's.
It's
yeah, I
closer
gotta say that he's below him because of the simple fact, like Cade.
It's closer than you would think, though, based on what you saw, right? It's closer than you would think.
Yeah. To me, like he had like head to head, I would say that Cade doesn't do the things he normally does against Io. Like Cade'll be do some crazy stuff where it'll be like, yo, he'll get like some off the glass blocks a couple of times. Like he'll clamp some people up. But like when it's Io, he just like I don't know what be going on. Like he just doesn't deliver against Io like he would somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like if it's Cade and Jalen Green, Cade would show out. You know, like you know what I'm saying? But he wouldn't be doing that. And the reason but the reason why I gotta say like I would put him over him long term is because of the simple fact if his defense is already down and he's picking up stuff on the fly like that, like his layup package, the minute he ran into Bradley Beal and Bradley Beal told him to do something, his layup package for the rest of the season was clutch. You know what I'm saying? So if he get that down and he continues to shoot, he's technically is closer than you think. It's the same thing with the Zach and D Book combo.
Yeah, and
Like
it's
it's
not.
not
Here's the thing: it's not Cade slander, right? It's just like I think
no, and it's not. It's
I
not. It's
think
definitely
that
not.
I think that the Bulls that Ayo Dosunmu made Cade's life tougher, right? Even in that second game, like Cade played better in that second game, but it really was kind of like towards the end of that game where you saw him kind of start to get it going a little bit tougher. Where you were like, okay, Cade kind of tough. Yeah, you know I'm saying that first game, Cade was looking bad versus Ayo. You know what I'm saying? Like Cade was 8 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 27% from the field. Ayo was on him. That second game, he
Hey,
got him.
granted, he was coming off injury, but
I mean, I give you that, right? But are we also not going to act like like Ayo Dosunmu didn't play well on him? You know what I'm saying?
he did. I'm not.
Like even in the
I'm
second
not
game,
taking
right?
nothing away
Even in
from
the
him,
second
but
game, not to take nothing away from Cade, 22, 4, and 6. He shot it better, 9 for 15. But Ayo was absolutely all over him.
but he was a lot of time like that. Like Muggs forget he had the highest defensive percentage rate
In the NBA.
1-on-1 throughout the season.
In the NBA.
And in the NBA.
It didn't finish as that, but pre All-Star
And it
break,
didn't finish as that. And we talk about Drew Holiday a lot.
Ayo man to man was the best defender in the NBA. Ayo man to like we're not talking about among rookie point guards. We're talking about in the NBA. Ayo man to man was the best defender in the NBA pre All-Star break. When he first started starting. I think the fact that he continued to start post All-Star break and Lonzo never came back, right? Like he just wasn't able to get it going.
Oh, because at that point he was tired.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, you look at it; they're not used to playing that many games.
He was there.
He was the Alex Caruso injury really hurt them.
Yeah.
So he never really got the chance to get his win back like he wanted to.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, for what he was thrust into from the Bulls, I mean, I would say there's no way that you can't put him up there. And to be honest, I don't even know how he made second team.
And here's the thing,
He should have made first.
Who?
If I'm being honest,
Ayo?
Yeah.
Should have made first All NBA team. Who you taking off? You got Jalen Green, Franz Wagner, Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, Scotty Barnes. What Cade did at the end of the season puts him All NBA first team for me.
Franz. I'm taking off Franz.
Taking Wagner off?
I'm taking off Franz.
See,
everybody else on this list
besides
Cade.
Here's the thing, right? I think Ayo's still second team.
Playoffs, play in.
I think Ayo's still second team because Herb Jones is also second team. And if I'm taking Franz off, Herb Jones to me goes first.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I can see that. Bro, I mess with Herb Jones, bro. I really do, bro. I mess with Herb Jones, bro. I just do. I don't, fam. The Pelicans, I
Hey,
don't
it's
know
like
what's
Stacy
going on with
said.
that.
That's like Stacy said. Go get that boy. Go get that.
They gotta look, take Jalen Green. Nah, Jalen Green is a bucket.
How Jalen Green finished the season is why he's on All NBA first team.
Hey, one of the most goated exit season interviews I've ever. So what did you learn, man? End of the day, I just learned I was a bucket. Like,
Yeah, man. That's pretty funny, dog.
and just walked out like
It's one of those things, right, to me where like I'm not saying that Cade Cunningham don't belong in here. Shout out Tanner as well. What up, fellas? Can we afford to lose Zach though? Hey man,
What's
we can
up,
afford to
Tanner?
lose. We can afford to lose Zach if we're gonna get a big money back for him. You know what I'm saying? Get big name players back for him. It's not. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that any of these players are bad. I'm not saying that I would take Io over Cade. I'm not saying that I would take Io over Jalen Green. What I am saying is that the reverence you hold those players to and where you rank them, Io shut them down.
No, it was legit. But you know what I like in it too, though? You got to think about it like Kyler Gordon. All the mugs that you were saying, all the mugs that everybody was saying in the chat. Hey, we need to get this person. We need to draft this person. We need to draft this person. We need to Drake London, Clamp. I like all them people that y'all mentioned that the Bears should have gotten the draft when they had them picks.
Yeah,
he clamped every last one of them up. And then now they telling you, oh yeah, he producing on OTAs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just I think it's more so about the long haul than anything else.
Yeah, I'm not even. For me, right? It's about.
It's not a slight. It's
not a slight at all, right? I think for me, he's above Josh Giddey. He's probably 3. He's probably the third best guard out of this rookie class on this list. But third best point guard out of this rookie class on this list. But I think it's closer than a lot of people want to give it credit for, right? It's closer to me than a lot of people want to give him credit for. You know what I mean? Like people will say, "Oh, Cade is great." Cade is great. Cade, I think he's going to be a really good player. I think he's going to move in the right direction. But Io played really well versus. He also played really well versus Trae Young, who's one of the best in the NBA. He also played really well versus just about every guard he went up against till he got to Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday was cooking him. I ain't gonna lie.
He clammed Trae.
I think that's who Io reminds me the most of, right? Like, there's people that really think Chris Middleton is the second best player on the Bucks.
It's Drew.
It's Drew. It's clearly Drew.
It's Drew. Because Drew,
in my mind, every time I watch this game, I'm like, it's absolutely Drew.
Muggs sleep on Drew, but Muggs don't realize Drew legitimately has 4 moves that he can go to that you can't stop. That's automatically gonna give him a bucket.
That's exactly
anytime they want to go to. Anytime they want to go to him. And by the time the fourth quarter comes, oh yeah, I'm locking up your best player. As DeMar. As DeMar.
Like
one on one, by the way.
But nobody looks at Drew as a top point guard in the NBA. I think we do. We talk about him like he's a top point guard in the NBA. But when you hear
Mad Nice and we actually watch games.
When you hear other people talk about Drew Holiday, they overlook him.
Bro, legit. They always ask, yo, who's the most underrated player in the league? That Drew Holiday. And they don't even hesitate. And they ask him that every time on any podcast. Oh yeah, it's Drew Holiday. Muggs don't realize how nice Drew is. Even DeMar told you how nice Drew is. Yeah, Drew been doing that since high school. Drew really a bucket.
Yeah.
Drew really a bucket and can clamp you.
Yeah, but when you hear them talk about Drew, right, it's always Drew is nice, but that team is Giannis and Chris Middleton. I'd be like, what are y'all looking at? What do y'all see that I'm not seeing here? I don't know, man. I thought it was an interesting topic, man. I feel like to me, I'd put Io. I mean, where are the point guards here? Let's see the point guards. Is Jalen Green a point guard? Jalen Green played point, but he really a 2 guard, ain't he? What is Jalen Green?
Jalen Green, he played point and 2. He could play the 3, 2 at times.
He played a lot of point there. He's basically a point. Cade Cunningham.
I think they got Josh listed as a forward, but come on now.
I would absolutely put Io over Jalen Suggs. I will put Io over Josh Giddey. I would put Io over Davion Mitchell. Is that the guards there? I mean, there was a lot of guards drafted before him, though.
And see, that's the thing. They're about to waste his potential.
Who, Davion Mitchell?
Davion, bro, like, they should have just kept Tyrese and Davion Mitchell together, but like, him and De'Aaron Fox not gonna mix, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know that.
They the same dude.
Bro.
Davion reminds
me of a bucket, but he clamped.
Yeah, it really reminds me of the situation in New Orleans or Cleveland. Like, it really reminds me of the situation in Cleveland. Like, he's got it. He's on point. We drafted his carbon copy though. Like, what? Why would you draft Darius Garland, right, a year after you drafted Colin Sexton? I guess it works out now, but now you're trading Colin Sexton, basically. Which I want to see where he lands up, dog. Colin Sexton gonna go somewhere. Colin Sexton's gonna be a problem somewhere, dog.
And that's a cool 23 game.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Keeping this mug pushing, man. Had some good topics there in the first hour. Talked about some Bears, talked about some Bulls. We're gonna keep this mug going though. We gotta talk about what we saw basketball wise last night. We gotta talk about what we saw from an interesting team, dog. That what team are we gonna see? Are we gonna see the Golden State Warriors be the Golden State Warriors of old, or are we gonna see the Golden State Warriors that struggled? Are we gonna see the Dallas Mavericks that have lost every game one of the series and fought back to win the series? What are we gonna see, man? What did you see last night from that Dallas series? By the way, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. We also talk national sports in the second hour of the Daily Show every day, Monday through Friday from 11 to 1. Go ahead and
push the button. Come on, push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. What'd you see last night that interests you, Ringo, with the Western Conference Finals last night, man? Absolute slaughter by the Golden State Warriors. It wasn't even close. 112-87.
I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like, I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of if the okay. So this is the best way I can put it. So last night I seen a lot of boxing one. I seen a lot of boxing one on Luka, and Wiggins is gonna be the primary defender. If Dallas can't hit shots,
yeah,
it's pretty much gonna be over with. Like that they legitimately gave them the looks. It's not like they didn't have the looks, but like the flip side to that is I think that Steve Kerr is just on some like, look, every time they miss, just run.
Yeah.
Just run. Somebody will find you. Cause if we running Steph, Clay, and Poole out there and Draymond running your break and they're missing shots, sooner or later, like, they're going to get tired. Like, and Luka's going to have to come out the game. So that way, by that time, now what you saw from Otto Porter last night, you'll see that again. Somebody else will be able to do that again. But I think it just hinges on now if you're looking at it, everybody else got to step up. Because I give it to Andrew Wiggins. He played as good a defense as you gonna play on Luka Doncic last night.
Bruh, I'll say this. He played great defense and offensively, right? Like, he's the key to the Warriors being unstoppable. If Andrew Wiggins is giving you 19 to 22 points a night, they're unstoppable. You realize that game felt over in the first half to me.
Oh no, yeah,
Because
that
I
was
was
over in the first
watching it, and it was what it finished. It was a 9-point game at the half, but it was a 9-point game, and Clay and Steph were playing terribly in the first half. Could not knock down a shot.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it like they can't like I'm talking about the Mavs, like they can't continue to miss, they cannot continue to miss shots.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at it like in the first, like there was legit somebody texted me and was like, yo, they about to set the record for like most 3-point attempts in a half. Almost. And then they just came out third quarter and just ran them.
They shot awfully. I mean, they shot 11 for 48. It seemed like the Mavs were trying to take the easy route to get back into that game, right? They weren't really going inside at all. Went 31 for 86, 11 for 48 from the 3-point line. And here's the crazy part, right? Like, you would think like the Warriors killed you by like, oh, they must have been at the free throw line a ton, or they must have been knocking down a ton of threes, or it was all points in the paint. They shot 56% from the field. They shot 34% from three. They only got to the free throw line 16 times.
Hey, we do got to talk about Steph missing his free throws, though. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, bro, Steph missing free throw. When I was cracking up because like when the free throw hit the rim, it was
bro, legit. I think that's everybody out because I was like, bro, as soon as he did that, I'm like, bro, don't you practice to hit the net every time?
Could have sworn that this is what you do, my guy.
Like,
no, I'll say this, right? Like here's what to me got the Warriors over the top as well. The Warriors with their defense. When I look at every player on that team affects something defensively. Man, like we all laughed when we heard the reporter go, being the two-way player that you are, when he was talking about Steph and Curry, and Steph was all hype about it, blah, 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 right? Hilarious.
You heard that?
But he was absolutely playing like a two-way player last night. Steph's shot wasn't falling down. What's Steph doing? He's he's closing out on defense. He's getting out to the corner. He's trying to get blocks. He's going for steals. He was absolutely playing really good defense last night. I couldn't even I was sitting there watching him
he's improved defensively.
You know what I'm saying?
It's legit where it was like we was giving him credit for like he guards his space. Like he guards his space really, really well. We need to give him credit for that. To like now I'm able to switch. I'm able to run out and to his credit now I can kind of hang with the Jalen Brunsons and the Spencer Dinwiddie's. Like this ain't a blow by like it usually was. And I'll say this because last series, Jalen Brunson was like, man, we just gotta get accustomed, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't afford to go down 2-0. If this go 2-0, bro, this is a sweep. Is
the possibility of going 2-0 because Luka said he's fine, but is it just because of the Luka injury, or does this have a possibility to go 2-0 because they're not at the level of the Golden State Warriors by any means?
I just don't think right now, like after seeing that first game, I don't think they're on that level. Because what happened?
Oh, we've said that every first game this playoffs as well. Let's keep it a buck. Like every first game of these playoffs, like they got cooked by
They got
Phoenix game
no, they
one.
won. No, they won game one.
They
With
lost
Utah,
game
didn't
one
they?
versus Phoenix.
They got smacked by Phoenix.
They lost game one versus Phoenix. That's what I'm saying. Like they've lost every game one, I believe, of this playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, but see, that's the thing. It just comes down to that, and this is what I don't understand. It just comes down to them hitting shots. Like everybody give them the three. I don't understand why that happens, but because I don't get this whole playing the percentages the whole
Game
time.
one, Utah won, yeah. So they lost game one to Utah. They lost game one to Phoenix. It is a weird defense, ain't it? Like, oh, we're just gonna let you shoot.
Yeah, we finna play the percentages. Like these mugs don't work on that. But I mean, if you shooting 11 for 48, then yeah, I mean, it's really it's really nothing else to it because they're on some like we finna run this boxing line. Andrews finna stay in front of him. Just make it tough. If you stop him, you stop him. But we finna let everybody else shoot. Like it's not finna be no like I don't think you're going to see the thing that you were accustomed to seeing with Jalen Brunson in the post, and he definitely stole that move from Drew Holiday, by the way. Hey bro, that post,
yeah,
turn around, fade at the post. Hey, I'm finna get you to jump in the leg. We know you stole that from Drew. Come on now. Yeah, and it's like same thing with Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, outside of that game 7, he's really giving you nothing. If I'm being honest, so yeah, man, it might be. Hey, bro, you might have been right about 5, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, and it's not. I don't think that every game's gonna be a blowout at all. I don't. I think game
no,
game 3, game 4. I think they're gonna get it together. They probably win game 2 to me. Nah, you know what? They'll probably get game 3, first game at home back in Dallas. I don't think that every game's gonna be a blowout. I don't think that every game's gonna be a like we saw last night, unless Luke is injured, right? If Luke is hurt, it's a game changer for them. But what I will say is I do think that the team as a whole just doesn't match up against Golden State. Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie, those names are nice names. They're really good role players. I'm glad that they're in this position. When they get back here next year, if they get back here next year, they'll be ready. But right now, I don't feel like the Dallas Mavericks have enough firepower if Wiggins is not even Steph and Clay, right? If Wiggins is hitting, if Poole is hitting, if Kuminga's giving you, because here's when everybody thinks when the Warriors are most dangerous is when the Warriors have, Steph and Clay going off for 25, 30 points plus. It's not then. Let me read you the stat lines from last night. Kevon Looney, 10 and 5, 5 for 5 from the field. Steph Curry, 21 and 12, 7 for 16. Klay Thompson, 15 and 5, 7 for 13. Draymond Green, 10 for 9, 4 for 6. Andrew Wiggins, 19 and 5, 8 for 17. Jordan Poole, 19 and 2, 8 for 12. Otto Porter, 10 and 6, 5 for 7. That's when they're dangerous. That's when they're scariest. That's when this Warriors team is a team that you have to look at and be like, oh, snap. We are not going to be able to keep up with them. Because when you're able to put up numbers like that consistently down the board, it's not just one guy. It's not just this guy. It's not just that. When you're able to put up numbers consistently down the entire board from everybody on your team, that's when that team's most dangerous. And I think that's when you're going to see that, like, that's what you could see this entire series, and it's just too much firepower. And I'm going to be real with you. I picked them to win the finals to start the season. I'm looking right. I'm looking real right. Because even if they go up against teams on the other side, does Boston have the firepower?
I don't think Boston has the firepower.
I don't think Miami has the firepower. Jimmy got to go. Jimmy got to go for 45 a night.
I'm on some like, if they go up against Boston, it'll be like a swift 5 because I feel like they got enough people to hold Tatum that like to just hold them. And you know how I feel about Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
I think that if they do Miami, like if they go against Miami, like I feel like because we don't got the shooting at the Warriors guy. I know we don't, but at the same time, I think that defensively will be a little bit of a tougher matchup for them. I mean, Jordan Poole, Tyler Hero.
Yeah, but who you got? Who do you have that's gonna go 4 deep defensively on them? Like they legitimately go 5 deep offensively. Steph Curry, Klay
I
Thompson,
mean,
Andrew
it's
Wiggins,
a
Jordan
full-time
Poole.
job. It's bro. You ask anybody, it's a full-time job. Like, I mean, Pat Bev talks about it. Bro, a lot of people talk about it, bro. Like, you legitimately have to like
I
whatever
do
you thought you was finna do when you touched down and Golden State, you going to sleep at 7 o'clock.
I do love that now everybody's just like calling out Pat Bev. Like, Pat Bev, you're not that dude. Who are you talking
Hey,
Danny
Danny
Green was going
Green,
in.
fam. Hey, Danny Green won. He already into his he already into his second career.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, he already
I
in his
feel
second career.
bad about it, but he's definitely heading into that second career.
Hey, but way to go off.
Hey, that man said,
Way to go off.
He said, Pat Bev, ain't nobody checking for you.
He said, I've seen Luka tell you you're a little man. Like, this is not.
You've been told you're too small on multiple occasions, my boy. Hey man, we are gonna finish off talking about this Eastern Conference Finals, but I do want to switch gears because there's a topic in the news today that I feel like is pressing here, and so I was this wasn't even on the docket here, but we got Ringo here. I'm here. Yeah, I'm saying sometimes you got to switch gears. I didn't think that this was as big as a thing, as big of a thing as it is, but
Fam, is it the
gotta talk about Saban. Gotta talk about Saban. Nick Saban coming out saying that
spicy?
Texas A&M bought every player, and he does because he doesn't believe that the NIL, the new model, is sustainable because you got guys buying players. Said that Deion Sanders paid over $1 million to get a prospect to come there.
I'll see you snitching.
Oh, he's big snitching. So here's some of the quotes from the
Like,
ESPN.
I seen it, but I didn't because I saw what
So Saban essentially saying, right, like it's tough for them to compete because other teams are paying these players to come in there. He called out Texas A&M's program, saying that they bought its top-ranking signing class and threw a spotlight on the unintended effect of name, image, and likeness right on recruiting during an event with local business leaders Wednesday night in Birmingham. He said, I mean, we were second in recruiting last year, Saban told the audience. A&M was first. A&M bought every player on their team, made a deal for name, image, likeness. We didn't buy one player, all right? So, hey, dog, here's the thing, right? You better not have bought one player. You better not have bought one player. Because now you going to get spicy? You going to get chesty about it? You going to call people out? Oh, you better hope your closet is clean, brother.
Hey, I'm not finna lie to you. This sound like mad old headish right here, bro. Like, I'm not even finna lie. Like, I mean, but you know what though? I'm not gonna lie. The Notre Dame coach said it best. He was like, "Hey, you better get in tune with these new NIL rules,
Yeah.
because this basically what's about to start happening. These mugs need to get paid. So if somebody outbids you and you upset because a kid got made a better offer, that's you."
So here's my question with it, right? Here's my question with it.
Because Texas, and this is my other thing too. Before you get into that, Texas A&M and all them other schools was religiously losing out to y'all every year.
Yep.
Every year.
Yep.
So you got no room to talk. No room.
And that's why I say, here's my question with it. Here's where I want to know Muggs' breakdown, where they stand on it. If it becomes a bidding war based on a player's name, image, and likeness in college, does it taint the game for you? If it becomes, hey, you come here and we got these brand deals in place already. You come here, you can make this money already in place. Does it taint the college game for you?
I'm gonna say no, and this is why I say no. You had those type of deals out there already. You just didn't hear about them.
Yeah.
Until those types of people got to the league. Muggs be on all the smoke.
Basically, shout out to Justin. Basically, free agency for college.
Hey, when I went to hey, they legit asked you what was your experience. Hey, when I went to college, they had gave me this roadie. I had a car. I really didn't even go to class because like you already had it in place. You just didn't really hear about it until that Muggs was either in the league or retired.
Yeah.
So it's like
true, yeah.
You already knew what it was, but at the same time, it's like they've been saying, like, these players need to get paid for their name, image, and likeness. So if I'm Nick Saban, you feel me? Stop crying about it, and you feel me? Like,
get in on the game. You saying get in on it?
You gotta get in. Hey, bro. The Notre Dame coach told you what it was. You better get in where you fit in.
Is the problem that is Alabama? Is the problem that, hey, like, I'm gonna be real with you, like, it ain't nothing down here that's really trying to that's really gonna pay that level of money, right? Like in Texas, you got a bunch of businesses down there.
But then, look how many people that left Oklahoma to go to USC.
Yeah,
I guarantee you USC get 12 wins next year. At minimum 12 wins next year.
That's dog. It's gonna be crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be real with you. It's exciting enough. I might start legit watching college football.
Like,
I'm gonna be a Jackson State fan too.
Told him, hey, we got this crib out for you. We already got you a job. We already got you a job hooked up.
And here's the thing. And see, this is where it's different, right? Like Nick Saban's trying to go with Deion Sanders saying that, oh, he bought this guy. He paid this guy $1 million to come down there. In what is it? It's not Division II. What's the division? It's on par with Division II, but what's it called? With the HBCUs.
The HBCUs.
What's the division called?
Isn't it the SWAC? No, it's not the SWAC.
Whatever it is, right? They're under different rules.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
Because their players can work. Deion talked about that. It is called the SWAC.
No. Oh, okay, I had it right there. All right. I'm like, nah, he said their players gotta have a job. They got their job.
Have a job. He said that there's some people that came there and they weren't able to come to preseason practices and stuff like that because they were at work. So like you telling me like, oh, they paid him $1 million. They probably found him a gig.
No, they found him a gig.
He's not held under the same rules as you are, and that's that's your college the NIL's problem.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I think the biggest thing with it is the simple fact, like when you sit there and look at it in totality, I feel like if I'm trying to pull a player now, I need to have, well, obviously I'm gonna give him his bread, but like, hey bro, when you come here, we gonna set you up. We got you a crib. You feel me? We already got you a couple of a signing gig, so that way when you leave practice, just sign a couple of footballs here and there. We got this, and this, because these mugs ain't really even going to class like that.
I'm here.
Like I just seen some YouTuber what was that SC, that mugs only got 3 like 2 classes a day.
Yeah.
The rest of the day, them mugs is either roaming or doing the rest 2 days.
I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it makes college more exciting because here's the thing, right? Like
It's just making the old heads mad, bro.
these
That's
players,
all it is.
the issue is, right, they're signing their lives away to you. They're if they signed with a college before, that was going to be their life. They had no option. If you transferred schools, you had to wait a year, you had to do all that. That was going to be your life. If I'm signing my life away to you and you could hinder my career in the pros, I'm going to go to where I can make money now. Guess what? If I go to Alabama, I'm going to be sitting behind this guy for 3 years possibly. If I'm sitting behind whoever it is, Bryce Young or whoever it is, right, for 3 years, I might not go there because I can go down here to Texas A&M, or I can go down here to Jackson State, or I can go wherever it is, and I can make money right now by being the starter on this team. And yeah, I might not win a national championship, but guess what? I'm going to be able to show what I can do. I'm going to be able to make money while I'm showing what I can do. I'm going to be able to go to the NFL at the next level if I'm that level of player. And all of a sudden now I'm in the NFL anyway. I didn't win a national championship. Okay, I won a Super Bowl, or I'm competing for a Super Bowl now, right? Like, and on top of that, if I'm not good enough to make the NFL, I still just made this quick couple M's that I tucked in my bank.
Right, exactly. So you don't know what they're doing, and that's the other thing too. The alternative to that before was, oh man, I'm sorry, your college career ended. You probably not gonna make it to the league. Take this student assistant coaching job, right quick.
Yeah,
and yeah, like, I mean, it's not fair. And now that it's actually here,
the coaches
Mug just having a fit. Mug just having a fit. So it's just like moving forward. I just feel like it's basically gonna come down to who had. If I'm looking at a school, who got the best opportunity for me? Who got the best gig outside of me doing something in football? And when we got that, that's where I'm going.
I'm gonna put this up on the community tab as well as a poll. Does paying college football players make the college game better or worse? To me, I think it makes it better because you
Could you got to think about it too. You get more it's diverse. It's diverse, bro. How many times is we gonna see Alabama and Clemson and Oklahoma in the college football playoff? Mind you, they're not expanding it for another 3 years. So now you
that mug expand everything, man. You keep adding people into that mug.
the college football playoff. The college football playoff been 4.
It's been 4. They finna expand it to 8, ain't they?
Yeah, in like 3 years.
I don't know.
It's not happening off the rip. But now you get the SCs, the Texas A&Ms.
Yeah.
Cause bro, Texas A&M ain't been relevant since Johnny Manziel beat Alabama.
No, they haven't. They've been pretty bad, actually.
They've
been pretty bad. I'm not gonna
that was the most play that they got on CBS ever.
Yeah.
That whole entire time he was there. And imagine, bro, fam, imagine if he was there, bro. He probably would have made 2 M's by himself.
Oh, he'd have made more than that. Baker Mayfield was the hottest commodity in football. He'd have made way more than that.
Baker, you talk about Baker and Johnny alone. Probably would have made 5 to 10 M's by the time they left college.
Yeah. No, I agree with it. It's to me, it makes the game better. I think I really do believe that. I think it makes the game better because you're not going to see teams stockpile talent that way anymore because people want to make money. Money makes the world go round. Money is what's going to get everybody moving. Money is what, and guess what? If I commit to Alabama, yeah, I might win a national championship. I might be a part of a team that wins a national championship. But what if I go to Ohio State and I get to play right away? Or what if I go to Jackson State and I get to play right away? Or what if I go to LSU and I get to play right away and I get to show people what I can do and I can make money on top of that?
Now we not eating ramen when we get back to the crib. We're going to Roof Chris.
And here's the thing. They did this. I don't feel bad for y'all did this.
That's
Y'all did
the
this.
biggest thing though. That's the biggest. You did this, and now you complaining about it being here. You knew this was coming.
You didn't want to some of these smaller schools and stuff like that. Y'all didn't want to. Now I think the bigger schools, right? Like they got the kitchen open for the kids, basically.
SC is about to eat.
Yeah, no,
I
I think the kitchen is open for the college players pretty much 24/7 for some of the bigger schools. But like some of the schools that don't have it set up like that, and you got your football players not eating enough, and you got your basketball players not eating enough, and you got that's why we here. Because they can't make money. Because they can't do nothing with what they want to do.
These mugs ain't out here with no meal prep. Do you know that USC they give their football players 3 meal preps a day, bro? 3 meal preps a day, bro. Breakfast.
And they still got access to the cafeteria.
You said what?
And they still got a meal pass to the cafeteria.
Yeah. And yeah.
Like it's to me, right? Like it's not maybe not the Alabamas, maybe not the USC's, but like because of how a lot of these colleges were, where you got young kids that's just like, hey man, like what's for dinner? Ramen. Guess what? Now, what's for dinner? Steak. How you get steak? $1 million deal with
filet mignon.
Filet mignon, my boy. Stop playing with me, man. Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
With the little garnish on the side.
If y'all ain't done so, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk sports on this mug daily, talking about everything from the Chicago Bears, Chicago Bulls. We talk usually Chicago mostly in the first hour of the show. Second hour of the show, we go a little more national. As y'all can tell, we talking Nick Saban. We talking about his controversial comments. Let us know after the video if you're watching this later as well in the comments below how you feel about it. Also, we got the poll up on the community tab as well. Right now it's 50-50 saying that it makes it better, makes it worse. The other poll we put up, will the Bears run transitioning to a run-heavy team help Justin Fields? 90% say yes. 10% say no. That's got 67 votes on it already. And then the other poll we put up, will Roquan Smith get the contract extension? Should he get 20 M's? 90% saying yes on that, 10% saying no as well. Shout out to y'all for tuning in and rocking with us on that as well, man. Hey, man. Your boys got a game tonight.
Yep, I will be
Game
watching.
2. Big matchup for you. I said Boston would split the series in Miami, but I don't think they have the firepower to split the series right now. What do you expect to see tonight? Try not to be too biased.
I expect the game.
Miami in 2. Oh, okay.
Miami in 1. So y'all in the finals already?
It's over. Y'all in the finals.
Nah, I think the game is gonna be called a little bit more evenly. I expect Jaylen Brown to come out a little bit more aggressive than what he did last game. I still don't know if Marcus Smart is playing. I know Al Horford may be listed as out.
Yeah.
Just because all for the fact they're talking about possibly trying to get him cleared tonight. I don't know how they swindling that with the fact that he's not vaxxed. They got to look at that. But other than that, I expect Jimmy to do what Jimmy do. But I'm a roll with Boston this game.
You going Boston on this one?
No, I think Boston might take this game because I think in order for them to win the series, I understand they gotta have Marcus Smart. I understand Al Horford is cool. It's gonna come down to that duo. That's if it was any time for them to either make the finals or win the finals, it would be this year. So I feel like Jaylen Brown got to step up. I'm going with I'm going with Boston this game because I think Jaylen Brown is going to step up tonight.
I'm. You know what? I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna actually go Miami tonight. I feel like there's a lot going into this, right? Like if Miami was going up against a fully strength Boston, I would agree with you. But you can see that the defense that Miami put on Jaylen Brown clearly had an effect on him. You can see that the defense that they ran clearly affected Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum still kind of was cooking, right? Like Jason Tatum was like, hey, it don't matter to me. The only caveat I will get is I think the game will be much closer. I'm talking about a 1-point difference, so it could go either way, because I don't think you'll see Boston have a 14-point quarter again. Like that was the biggest thing to me.
I think that's over with.
That third quarter, they came out absolutely flat. They weren't able to get it going. They weren't able to get anything moving in the right direction. As far as injuries right now, Al Horford is listed as a game time decision with COVID. He might be able to play. Marcus Smart is a game time decision with the foot. He might be able to play, although I believe Al Horford was, last I heard, very close. The different, okay, see, here's a difference in here, though. Now I might be leaning back on Boston. Gabe Vincent and Max Strus game time decision.
Oh, but they're gonna play. They're gonna play. That's honest. That's been like that. I don't know why that's been like that, but they do that at Miami Heat's Twitter does that like every series, because they'll be like this person got this person got this, but like they're all warming up with the intent to go. They'll play.
Yeah, it's it's.
Wait. So they said Kyle was close.
No, they said Kyle's out.
Oh yeah, okay.
Kyle is out.
I know they said on the last thing they said Kyle was close.
Gabe Vincent and Strus are both game time decisions with hamstring. Derek White is out tonight, personal reasons.
Oh,
Marcus Smart is a game time decision, foot issue. Al Horford is a game time decision, COVID.
How is that a game?
I don't know.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that part alone. But if Derek White can't go and Marcus Smart can't,
I'm leaning Miami, dog. I feel like there's even here's the thing, right? Even if Marcus Smart comes back, which Marcus Smart am I getting? How is he feeling? How is he prepared for this game? How is he going to finish this game? Right? Like, if the foot is as bad as it was bad enough to keep him out of game one on some precautionary stuff. Marcus Smart isn't the kind of player that just sits out.
I don't think he missing this game. There's no way he missed 2 games in a row.
I don't know if he misses 2 games, but it's kind of like the same thing with Kyle Lowry, right? Like if Kyle Lowry came back right now, I'd be like, which Lowry are we getting? Clearly he's not well. Clearly he's not healthy.
I mean, and that's the thing. I don't even really think we need Lowry back. I would say take as much time as we 7-0 without him.
I don't think y'all really need that mug. I think y'all signed him just because Jimmy like him.
You know what?
Legitimately, what did Kyle Lowry do for you this season?
Just push the ball up the court and control the offense. And he legit he take charges. He get like he played decent enough defense. And
everybody on that team take charge. Everybody on that team take charge. What did Kyle Lowry really do for y'all this season?
I'll tell you this though, he did upgrade Tyler Hero handle, because that mug at the beginning of the season was mad loose.
Is that on him or is that on the trainer?
I mean, you don't like DeMar coaching up. I mean, you would want DeMar coaching up P. Will. So I mean,
yeah, but that's literally DeMar saying you coming with me this summer.
I mean,
like
I don't know.
What did he really do? Like,
outside of that 1-3 when we beat Charlotte and you sent it to me, it was like y'all definitely shouldn't be the 1 seed right now,
bro.
Like
I was salty on that, bro.
I think that was like the only game that man went on for like 35. I think that
bro.
game or something like that.
Bro, I was so salty on that mug. I ain't even gonna stunt with you, bro. I was like, "There's no way y'all should be the one seed right now. This is
I was like,
this is
hey, he missed
blatant
it.
cheating. This is blatant cheating." The NBA refs were so. Let's finish the show on that for a second. The NBA refs were so god awful this year. I mean, disrespectfully bad, and they continue to be. I think now that we're at kind of the ECF Western Conference Finals, like it's a little bit better, like because you're just down to like the best of the best at this point. But dog, in the playoffs, there have been some awful calls in the regular season. I mean, dog, like are they training these mugs anymore? Like it was like Gucci clone and the rest of them.
I'm like, I don't get it because at minimum, like I thought first round it was gonna stop the whole like they put up a shot, it misses, and then like we go down the court and then they blow the whistle.
Here's one question I got for you too. Like when you talking about the refs, like when do we get to the point where we got to investigate Scott Foster for cheating versus Chris Paul?
Bro, I did
When
see
do we
that
get
because
to the
somebody was
point?
like, yo,
He
he's not reffing the
still has
game tonight, but I think every time he refs, I think Chris Paul's like 0-13.
Chris Paul has never won when Scott Foster refs a game. He's never won when he's refed a game 7 or game set. Like when we gonna talk about that? Well, hey, Scott, we might need to see you in the back room here. We got an uncut gym situation going on with this. What's going on with
So
that?
Chris Paul, you mess with him or not? Like, some of these calls.
Bruh, it's wild. It's disrespectful. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. We got another show in the books, man. We appreciate the love. We got Miami going tonight. I've got Miami getting a dub. Ringo says he's got Boston getting a dub. I'm sure he hopes Miami gets the dub.
Yeah, no, I hope we get the dub, but I think Boston.
We'll see how that plays out. We'll be back tomorrow from 11 to 1 to close out the week, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the pages. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. As always, it's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again, joined by the man, the myth, the legend, formerly known as Ringo J, Mr. Stefan Adon. Hey, yo, Chicago. Y'all stay safe.